chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a first and 10. Quick strike complete. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
And the Red Raiders have it with a first and 10. Back to the ground game on the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
The Red Raiders will punt it away on fourth down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. They'll try the run. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Running game got it done on the last play, and now it's first down. They're going to ride this running back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. It didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
He goes down at the 47 after a 5-yard pickup. Here comes the offense on first and 10 from the 47. They'll leave it with him. Not much working there. It'll be second and 9. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked. Maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
The Longhorns with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Here's the handoff. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
And the Longhorns kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Quarterback may change this route. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
Oh, they dial up on second, and a long way to go. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on third and long. Might be changing the route. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
And the try is no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play. You need to get you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Motion from the wideout. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Gets it out fast. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. And the Red Raiders in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
The Red Raiders line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A low line drive and short kick. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Here comes the Texas offense. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board here. Oh, he's got some space. Makes it past the marker. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30.
What a nice run there. And I tell you, Texas has always been a place where there have been outstanding running backs. This guy is the next in line. He's got vision. He's got...
Turning on the Jets. Inside the 30. Smashes through the tackle. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
You want to know why this offense runs the football a lot? Because you got a guy that's top 5 in college football in rushing. You give him the football, and he'll continue to make plays. I imagine they're going to keep feeding him because he keeps putting up productive numbers.
And the Longhorns have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming.
Sneaks it in. Smokey the Cannon, not the only one using explosives around here, and it has electrified this Longhorn crowd.
I mean, coming out on point, coming out dissecting the defense, scoring early. In front of this crowd, you know good and well, all these fans love their school. Texas has got so much pride. This gets them going early.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Purdue is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Bob Greasy, this might not be over just yet. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Georgia Tech. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wants to go up top on first down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Bring in the heat. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. The Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Running back searching for a hole. Breaks into the open. Snowed under by the defense. They started in a great spot, but now facing a 3rd and 4. They're going to run it to the right. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Texas.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And here's the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Going right to work up top. Under fire. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Motion from the back. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
And the Red Raiders will punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Gives it to the back on the draw. Gets it past the marker. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And now on second down for this offense. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They try to pop a run on the draw. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets them a first at the 29. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looking to throw on first down. A little screen to the running back. Turning it on. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18.
Well, it's a nice job by the receiver getting out of bounds to save some clock. You're probably out of field goal range, so you're thinking Hail Mary here at the end of the first half.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And this one only 35 yards out, but not straight away. This one from the left hash. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Red Raiders will line up to kick off and start the second half. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They open open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
He might want another play. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Quick completion on the out. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Wants to throw on 3rd. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And that 3rd down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the Red Raiders want to pick up the tempo.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're
going for it all. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
The ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Running to Green. He's running free down the middle. The 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Longhorns!
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stuff.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Looking for blockers. And the the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Right on the money. There he goes. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. And with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
Man, it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
To the air on first down. He's got his man.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
And the Longhorns have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Making side adjustments here. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Makes the grab. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside to the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe go play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
And the Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. It's a draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll go to the air. Gets it to him on the screen. He breaks a tackle. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
And that's why, as a defense, you want to set up third and long situations. You just want to be able to keep the football in front of you. It's okay for that quarterback to hit the running back on that pass. Now you have all those bodies flying to the football, and they're able to make a tackle.
Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
That's now the second missed field goal for this guy. And you have to wonder if the weather is playing a bit of a factor. Not easy to kick in these kind of conditions with all this rain.
This should be the last play of the quarter. The give to the back. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Got his man on the right. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. The Red Raiders want to move quickly. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Owen. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Second down, he'll throw it. Good timing on the quick out. Couldn't quite get the huge play on that one, but he goes out of bounds at the 37.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
Remember back when I played for the Florida Gators, if you had 3,000 yards passing in a season, you might be an all-in.
Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and all slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Keep it on the ground. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Under fire. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Punt is in the air on fourth down. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
And the Red Raiders trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. He's taking the shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play. So nice job in coverage.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Fires to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Texas! And they turn it into a defensive score. They give themselves just a little bit more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
Man, what a play by this defense. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense, trying to salt this game away and get the win. Not only do you create the turnover, you get the touchdown. Now you take a 2-score lead late in this ball game. This defense just stepped up in a big moment.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. He's got him. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Wants to go up top on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. Snap in the shotgun. A deep throw as the clock winds down. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. The Red Raiders want to crank the tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Caught. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. And the Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys. He could not wait to get back out there, and that time it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. In this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion, now setting up third down, you've still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
On third down, he drops to throw. He's got it. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Fires into the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
Man, the offense, they can taste it. They're on the road in a hostile environment in a 2-minute situation. They're trying to rip this game away from the home team. They take a shot into the end zone, being aggressive. I love the play call, but it falls incomplete.
Wide receiver going in motion. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Took a shot as he threw.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number one for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
One more play to pad the stats. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Moving away from pressure. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Timeout is called with just a single second left. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here.